Hey, welcome back everyone. In the last video, we were talking about the plotting styles and basic creation using line charts. And in this tutorial, we'll talk about creating bar charts. So quickly, I'll just run through this. So I have commented out the brandy and whiskey data from the last video that we discussed. So in this tutorial, we have only the whiskey, and I will just run this and just show you where we left at last. So once I run this, I get a plot like this where I have the line chart. So quickly we'll go into the bar plots. I'll try to keep this video smaller. So I'll just, in order to plot bar charts, we just have to replace this plot by bar. So essentially this bar method gives us the bar charts that we need for our analysis. So once I change this to bar and run this, so you can see the bar charts are being generated here. So we'll now try to plot multi-bar charts. So we'll try to plot for the brandy as well as the rum sales. So I'll select this and uncomment it. So after uncommenting, if you want to plot line charts upon bar charts, that is also possible. So if I now directly run this, so you can now see the line charts here. So along with the bar chart, but for this case, we'll plot everything in bar chart itself. So I'll again change this plot to bar here, and again in drum, I'll change that to bar. So once everything is in bar, now if we run, so now everything has been changed to bar chart, but the problem here is you cannot see the blue whiskey thing at all because that has been stacked upon the brandy and rum. So essentially all these bars are getting stacked upon each other. So in order to solve this, what we'll do is we'll first reduce the width of this bar and we'll stack and we'll avoid the stacking by using an offset. So first thing we need to do is change the width of each bar, and we need to give an offset for whiskey and rum so that in the x-axis everything is very clearly visible. Cool. So by default, the Matplotlib bar charts have come with a width of 0.8. So first we'll change the width to a smaller one so that it will be very easy for us to visualize all the three graphs. So I'll just create a variable called width and set it to 0.25. By default, it is 0.8. So and I'll pass in a width argument here. So in all the three bars, so I'll say width equals and the width parameter that we gave here, so which is 0.25. So I'll say width equals width. So once I gave that, so in order to give an offset, we need to import NumPy. So if you don't know anything about NumPy, that's absolutely fine because we are going to use only one method from NumPy. So it should be easy. So I just, if you have installed Matplotlib, so NumPy is already installed in your system. So Matplotlib automatically installs NumPy. So you don't have to pip install anything here. And coming back to the code. So first thing, in order to create the offsets, I'll just write np.arange and I'll say length of our list years here, and I'll just save it to a variable called x indexes. So this is very simple. So it this particular line of code gives back us the indexes of all these values. So quickly, if you want, I can just show you this thing over here. So this is what this indexes do. So years is there, so from 1990 to 2000, and x indexes have np arange. Range is arange is nothing but similar to range function. So length of the years. So here the length of the years is 11. So up to 11, it gives us from 0 to 10. So once I run this, so this is what the output that is being provided by this particular x indexes. So 0 is 1990. So essentially from 0 to 10, so 11 values. So those 11 values are here. So this particular thing gives back the indexes of this list. So every index of this list is here. So we are just using it for the offset purpose. So I'll go back to our code again. And what I'll do is I'll just replace all our x coordinates with x indexes. So years is there. So I'll change this to x indexes, again this to x indexes, and again this to x indexes. So once that is done, I'll try to run this graph now. So I can see two changes here. So the first change is the thickness of the width of the bar plot has reduced. So by default it was 0.8 and now we changed that to 0.25. So it has now become thinner. And the other thing is in the x-axis, instead of the years, we have got the indexes. So because it is just because instead of the years, we have replaced that by x indexes. So x indexes is nothing but which returns the index value of this particular list years. But this x indexes here is not a list, it's an array because we are calling it from NumPy. So I'll quickly close this now. And now we'll set the offset. So in order to set the offset, we essentially have three different bars here. One is whiskey, one is brandy, and the other is rum. So I will offset this towards the left side. So I'll just subtract width here. And the center one brandy will be at its same position. And I'll just add the width here so that it is offset towards the right. So I'll add width here. I'll save this and run this. So now you can see the whiskey has been offsetted to the left, the brandy is in the center, and the rum has been offsetted to the right. So this solves our problem, and now we can view the graphs very easily. But one other problem that we are facing here is we now have the indexes here, which doesn't make any sense. So rather than indexes, what we need is we only need the number of the exact number of the year. So this should be 1990, this should be 91, and the corresponding value should be populated here. So now we'll see how to solve that problem. So once coming down here, so we can add the indexes, we can remove the indexes and add labels of the years in the x-axis by saying plt.xticks. So I'll type plt.xticks and I'll say ticks equal to. So right now the ticks are x indexes and labels are nothing but. So the labels that we need right now in the code, which is the years. So I'll say labels equal to years. Fine. So now if I run the code, so you can now see the indexes are now replaced by the number of years. So 1990, 1991. So this is all about the bar charts. So in the next video, we'll talk about pie chart. So that is also pretty simple using Matplotlib. So if you like this video, do share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to this video. Thank you all for watching.